This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, all. This is Fari Hemzi. It's Monday, the 12th of April, 2021, and it's about 8:35 a.m. Eastern. Good news is Thursday is not tax day. They moved another month, so it's I believe 15th of May. 15 is Saturday, so actually it would be 17th because that would be a Monday. Yeah. Okay. As promised on the email, I have a major announcement to make. There are a couple issues. One is I got my COVID second shot from Pfizer, and I've had no reactions. I got a little bit sleepy late Friday, and then by design, I didn't want to go out and hang out with normal friends like I do on Saturdays because of exposure, double masking, so on and so forth. So I had we watched some Netflix, and maybe that caused I don't know, a little bit easy, just getting a little comfortable and a little sleepy. But anyhow, aside from that, now a couple of my other friends got shots yesterday from the same location. This is Walgreens. They've streamlined things are good down here, at least in that area. But I was getting worried for that. Why I'm bringing this up because about 2 weeks ago I had a severe attack on my psoriasis, where, as you all remember, I could hardly sleep, and so it is beginning to shift and become calmer. Of course, I think part of it is the antibacterial they gave me. I was hesitant to take it, the antibiotics. I'm sorry, for the psoriasis because of some of the skin had showed flesh, raw flesh. Yeah. It's don't want to explain too much, but it was really horrifying things to see. Uh, Family members don't know anything about it, but a couple of doctors really saved me, and then one of them assured me that hey, has nothing to do with your COVID situation for your psoriasis for your shot. So with that assured, I start taking those. Of course, I'm on plant-based diet. That's helping me a lot. I can feel it, and it's not just for losing weight. It's also which I've lost quite a bit, but it's also for purifying your blood, of the animal fat. So yes, I've cheated like one little piece of lamb off of what was made for Tico, but I mean, I'd say one time that week, but really, really cut it down. So I feel great there. Coming back, getting back on a horse. Second issue, the last few weeks we've had also one by one of you guys not be able to get to V3. Getting that error code 1006, no matter what browser you're using. Without getting to a lot of detail, because there's a security issues, two reasons. One, should not talking about it. A, B, I'm not qualified to talk about it. I don't know enough. But we hired a new programmer to help us in overall catching up of the people Nader has worked with, because Nader is getting overloaded with stuff I need, and he has just gotten settled, getting started, new computer, all that in California. We thought this would be a good area to meet up, to beef up that area. Um, Nancy and I will be the sole early testers of this, and then we'll bring you guys in. Uh, well, one of the things we found out, this has to go back with the security issues revealed by Snowden when he left for the Ruskies, for the Russians. I disagree with him on a number of issues he did because of my background in military-industrial complex, especially black projects. But the more you dig into this issue, he may have done us some favor in a sense that it has to do with the HTTPS. When this thing goes, you see, it says non-secure. When you go to when I log in, look what happens. Well, there you go. You see, went to S. That process. The old series of these certificates were no longer secure. I'm not getting into what they did. Again, that's don't want to put the magnifying glass there, but the new classes of licenses are out there. Ours is new. That's not the issue. But the problem is the peripheral subroutines used to create V3. Those were done 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Okay. So now those modules are updated, okay, not by us, by other people who we took off the shelf technologies and hammered them together to get where we are. We could not do all of this. This is about 400 or 500 megabyte of data of text of code, text, the simple text, HTML stuff, and so on other languages. We could no way do that. So we borrowed what was proven, but then you also get dependent on them, and they had to update. Okay, so when things got even rougher, we could not get in by Opera, we could not get in by Edge and all that. We knew we had to do some rewrites. We bring this new fellow in that worked with Nader. It still does in the company that Nader still runs remotely as a CTO. He was one of the guys who worked with him. They put their heads together. They came back with a list of items they need to do, and they said we got to take us about a month. I said, well, I'll do you a favor. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. I said, listen, we have a number of modules that also need to be updated. They're interrelated. We were going to move to a new module, okay, because of better quality of resiliency in these disconnection issues. Because it basically thinks there's a hacker, and so it may switch early. Okay, to take care of that, we gotta go a little slightly different route. And so I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 weeks, but you gotta do all of this. You don't get so you don't get a month. I'll give you 2 weeks, and plus you gotta do a lot of stuff. And I told you, an offer you can't refuse. So yeah. And so and I said, I don't want to bring my Tom Hagen in. Remember Tom Hagen of Godfather? I don't want my consigliere get involved. I just want you guys to get this thing done quickly, a little bit faster. Well, for Thursday, I was told, be aware, be ready for a skeleton on Sunday. On Sunday around noon, so Sunday evening, right about time Global start. I said, I can't switch to that for members. We'll run it parallel. So on Sunday, I was told around noon that's going to be more like a Monday night or Tuesday night. In my mind, I'm giving him until Saturday. Okay, so, but somewhere between here and there, the next couple of days are crucial. If we get these pieces in place without a headache, and then rewire some of the rewiring we got to do, because we're moving subroutines out, replacing them with much more advanced ones. Nancy and I will be doing some testing. Nancy is aware of it to some extent, what we're doing on this front in terms of timeline. But I would know more by tomorrow night. I wouldn't say tonight, but tomorrow night I would know more, okay, of where we are. And then we'll bring 3 or 4 people in to test after that, and then we'll open it up to all. Okay, you can always jump in, but I don't recommend you coming in right now, because we don't know what kind of experience you're gonna have. And right now, definitely no, don't even go there to V3, but wait until at least we get into like Wednesday, okay? And if we can even get there by Saturday, I'm fine. Now, what do we do until then? Log in, go through the website, and you see that we have a ESCL NQ. Remember, NQ has audio, so that's the last one you want to be in if you want to hear me, because it's a peer-to-peer connection on Skype. Now, part of this, what the new gentleman is going to do is that he's going to also start a framework for Teams, because Skype, last day of Skype is August 1st. We got to be out of Skype by August 1st. But both Nader and him have pretty good experience with Skypes. But we've got to get this V3 itself, the security of V3, reinvigorated and jacked up. Then we're going to do the Teams. And I think we have a pretty good schedule. Now, for stuff I wanted Nader to do, I've stopped all of them for now. Just can't do it. Priorities are important. We got to get the V3 back up. In the meantime, you go through V2 and you get your 3 connections. Go to NQ last, okay? And so forth. And I've asked the moderators if they need to chime in or comment on it, or if you have a quick question, turn on your mic, put your question up there, okay? And then I'll get to it. Again, I'm going to try to trade half days and the afternoons to catch up with other work, because I just couldn't go where I was before. Things were not working. I was bombarded. I was worried. I was nervous. It was just not manageable. I apologize for that. I'm not a superhuman. I have a lot of goals. I try to get a lot accomplished, but at the bottom of the day, I'm just like you. I'm just another human being with a lot of limitations. And so, of course, with the psoriasis and what's going on in Florida here has been compounded. I apologize for that. We'll make it up to you. Just give me 30 to 60 days. You'll see where we're going to be. But right now, we've got to protect V3 and our security there. Okay. Having said that, let's move on to our morning brief meat of it for today. Econ calendar. As you know, this is the third week of the month. So it's option expiration. As always, Monday is going to be light, as you see here. There was Powell was on 60 Minutes last night. I suggest you guys take a look at it. He was very, very upbeat. Okay, and he had his logic. And given that he was at that helm in that position last year when all this happened, he's probably other than Fauci. He's probably, and he's not a medicine guy. He's a financial guy. Probably coolest guy in terms of at the helm, to be cool and steady at the helm. Okay. Fauci said a few things. People misunderstood him in the context, but we're not going to get in there. Again, you could. There was another program yesterday that he, I think Mehdi Hassan show. He had a complete analysis of why he said that, what he said, and so forth. But again, Powell's beyond all of that. I think he was right, but we have major problems. We just keep hitting these cans down the road. These cans are becoming barrels now. They're no longer cans anymore because of the size. So I'm glad I don't have kids. So I'm just saying, be aware of that. Today we have Treasury statement at the close. It's a green dot. Not worried about it. CPI tomorrow at 8:30. Remember, PPI came in. I missed PPI. I guess came in slightly higher, right? So let's see, 0.5 month to month. Jesus, that's 6%. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Okay. I got to dig out PPI for on Friday. Harker is speaking. Esther George. That's Kansas City. What are they going to talk about? Okay. Daly's out of San Francisco. Hecker is Philly. Okay, Pat Hecker, yeah. And of course, Bostic is of Atlanta. Raphael. Okay, Raphael. Hold on. Let's see. All right, let's move on. Import export, forget it. EIA. Okay, Beige Book we got to pay attention to. I think it's more than green to me, Beige Book. Now, of course, you have San Fran. I'm sorry, New York Fed. Speaking, John Williams there. And then Kaplan's Dallas. Now, let's go to Thursday. Remember, Friday is going to be light, except you got housing starts and consumer sentiment. Both are, I think, crucial. I think consumer sentiment probably should be read. But this is on expiration. But prior to that, we got a slew of data coming in. New York manufacturing, inventories, I don't know. Industrial production, you betcha. Of course, two items show up. Three items, actually. Philly Fed and retail sales plus jobless claims. All these three at 8:30 are going to be big numbers. Okay, and then group, more Loretta Mesters speaking. She's out of Cleveland. And of course, Daly out of San Fran again. And Bostic from Atlanta, right? Yeah, okay, so here we go. Now, Bostic is an alternate. Mary Daly is as a voting member. Esther is not voting. Kaplan is conservative and voting. Yeah. So, and then Loretta Mester is also voting out of Cleveland. So that's the econ calendar as it shows to us now. Again, I like some feedback. If anybody has any econ calendar that gives us a full month, let me know. Reliable source. This is Market Watch, for example. Yeah. I mean, I'm not against internet, but you can't believe everything on the internet. You gotta do your homework there. What is this? This is good. Okay, we're gonna get to that after a bit. So let's move on to PMT. I may put a trade on today on PMT. I may. Remember, we were short and we were really taking in the past, but we have no other choice. It's just been very difficult. These 2 days killed me. These 2 days. I was good up to here, but these 2 days killed me. Now this is not a time to get long. I've done that. That's very painful. So I haven't put a trade on with timer. I'm in trouble. No, they're not publishing yet. But no, they have not published anything. Okay, so they're in their data issues. No, but we are holding to our protocol. That is, every time we make an opinion change, they get a copy. So, and I keep it. Hear me okay? Okay, sorry. I hit it. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I hit the mic by mistake. This mic is sensitive to where the location is. That cuts it off. Okay, so back to here. I haven't given a trade out yet, but we are biased to get a copy, and this is not a time to get long. I'll explain. This is a time to get short, or go flat and take the loss. You know, in terms of their ranking. They have not fixed their ranking yet. We don't know what our ranking is. Nobody knows. So that's where we are. Very quickly here, back to timer. CIs are rising. CI dips are positive. Look how many bars. Look at the diversion. It's getting worse and worse. Somewhere it's going to crack. And NASDAQ hit its high again. Let's see. All-time high is 13,879. Did we trade it there? Not yet. We could probably get there, but we're fairly close. Failure here would be significant. Canaries, Dow keeps on moving higher. We're in the +1, +2 sigma channels. You know how that they worked over the past. Not so with Russell. Russell is not holding up very well. Let's go to DT, D-Trenders. Here's what I'm talking about, which basically stuck near zero for the DT for 50. 50-day DT is about zero, almost zero. We're sitting at 50-day moving average. It was an outstanding day on Friday. I did not trade live. I traded the time I was here. I traded similar. I disclose that. I always do. Okay. Today could be a hybrid. Gonna open. What do you call it? Similar. If I go live, I'll let you know. I've got clients who are telling me, why you're not going live. I'm telling them, excuse me, I'm the flight commander. Okay. If I don't feel perfect, I'm not going to go out there and risk your money. If you don't like it, tough. Okay. I'm not here to argue. This is not democracy. I believe in democracy. I'm here to protect and defend it, but not practice it. Let's not get confused here. Okay. That's a line out of a Crimson Tide. Okay. Transportation. It's coming back up. Looks nice. That's good. Good signal for the growth of the economy. I think you also, if you put that together with the comments from Chairman Powell last night, you'd see his thinking and why. Okay. And again, some of these guys, bureaucrats, they are in the bind. They cannot do anything they want, and there are not too many good options. They're doing what they can. But this is very different than 2008. This is not sector-wide. This is system-wide. So keep that in mind. That's why also the unemployment so much different. The jobless claims so much different. You know, I think the highest jobless claims we had was in January in 2008. Was actually January 2009. It hit something like 780, sub 800,000. First week we had like 3 million or something, or 5 million was the following week, with some crazy numbers. Last year this time in March, actually last year in March. So never seen so many jobless claims filings. Okay, so we'd like to see more activity here on Russell if it was going to go up. If it doesn't, I think that should be a precursor for some profit taking on the big names out of NDX. If that does, because the correlation factors, SPX will pull back down. That's just quant work. Okay. SP1 Momo, long and long. Long has been here on the weekly. We recently went long on a mechanical system on a monthly, actually daily, and that was on the 30th. Yeah, last day of the month it went long. Close of last day of the month it went long. Yeah, and so as I said, I was good until it went dead, but the next 2 days really killed me. So we have a lot over the years I've been tracking. We're way ahead. I realize that, but I don't deal with. I don't worry about what I've done in the past. I worry about what's in the future. Remember John Goodfriend of Saudi Motors. Yeah. Once the trade is done, the trade is done. You need to look forward. VIX. Let's see what VIX has done. We talked on Friday, getting into sub 16. We have not done that. We have not done that. As a matter of fact, the low there was 1620, and so once we see 15x, I'll be delighted again. To me, again, still a pretty hefty premium there. That vol should be around 10 or 9 or maybe 10 and a half, where we are now on SPX. So this is a premium that the market makers are extracting due to COVID. All right. Where are we? 12. No. By end of the week, we'll be trading. Let's see. I'm sorry. CLM21, the June contract. So that would change. This is the OVX. That's the crude volatility. Except I don't like the way this is measured. It's used as a USO. Because of that's a feud between CME and CBOE. This comes out of CBOE. This comes out of CME, the NYMEX division. So these are not as perfectly related as we want. USO is a combination of futures. I don't like that at all. And now you're making it subjective. When you're measuring your volatility based on subjectivity, you already shot yourself in the foot. Hey, Johnny's here. Hey, John, how are you, sir? So, Johnny, you got to be one of those guys. You got to be testing with us, okay? Yeah. So you got to be on alert, please. We'll give you an hour head start. How's that? Maybe something Tuesday night, okay? Yeah. Anyhow, now I've got to pick someone from outside of U.S. Maybe Jake. Maybe I'll get hold of you. Canada's close enough. We could do that. Yeah. These are security issues we need to check. We won't look any different to you, but we'll know on the tracking what's going on the background. Yeah. So back to here. And by the way, I may have a meeting tomorrow afternoon. My meeting that was being set with a key individual Thursday and Friday have been getting postponed. Either I've got shots to worry about and problems here, or he's got golf to worry about. Nice problem to have. Yes. So, yeah, but technically, at least for now, we're scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. I'll let you guys know. Remember, I'm trying to trade half day, and then take afternoons to take care of my stuff. So the evenings I'm not working. I want to take the evenings out and just relax a little bit. So I'm better during my trading hours. Yeah. So, and yet cover things I need to cover. The problem is you gotta realize what I go through every day, and when you're sick, it just compounds. And then you stay up. Oh, no cigars. I've had half a cigar in 2 weeks. Coffee is okay, just a cup, and some tea, mainly tea. Yeah, and cut back on honey. Yeah, so too much sugar too late in the day, and the cigars that was causing a lot of problems there. Okay, good news. SKEW, we hit -3 sigma at 132. That's good. Remember, this signal is in. Still, this signal is in play. Okay, this coming down here doesn't mean that signal is evaporated. It just says currently. Keep that in mind. Currently, the big boys are not jumping into way out of the money SPX puts. Remember, it's a tail risk on the low end. So it's a tail risk. Nobody cares on the high end. It's a low end they're worried about. Yeah, because of the volatility risk. Yeah. So they're saying currently we don't see new activity, by the big boys. But those that already have it, they're sitting there. When would they be out of it? Two events. We keep going up, and those become absolutely worthless, or we drop, which is more like the case because of their accuracy in the past, their historical accuracy, their acumen, if you will, and they cash out. But right now, there's just no new monies coming in on the put side by the big boys of the SPX contract, not SPY. SPY is nothing compared to SPX in terms of size and holding that you need. Okay, forgot that. Okay, TD. 90, guys. This is 90. Hello. This is 90, 89.8. Call that for SP2. I mean, we're getting to these territories we have been around. We are getting prepared for a drop, if I'm reading this right. Or not a big one, but some easing off. There's going to be some easing off. I don't think fundamentals is going to change. I don't think. I mean, Chairman Powell last night said he's looking at 5 to maybe 8% GDP growth. Now, that's because numbers were lower last year. It's not that we're doing so great. No. It's a pent-up demand, and benchmark is lower. So try to come back. It's going to be a very, very fast rise down. Some of this is being discounted. Remember, market discounts forward. If it didn't, then you could predict the market. Can't do that. Yeah. They're going to keep you on your toes. So some of it is that when everybody realizes the gains are going to be that big, the market starts dropping. Buy the rumor, sell the news. And here's our rendezvous points. We're looking at two of them already there, around 90, and the third one. This is a stock RSI. As you know, the study of this gave me clues how to put the CI together back in 2000. And this is not my indicator, but I wrote the code for it myself. Yeah, I found it in a book and I programmed it. And back then, it was the stellar #1, front. Let's see, the front point of momentum indicators. The best there was, the best in the class back then. Yeah. Of course, we had to. If you want to do something, you need to beat that, and that took a little bit of time because I'm not that smart. So it took a little bit of time to get CI out there, and then thanks to Ted Ketzer, one of our earliest users, he came back and says, "I think you have hit the jackpot here. Don't change anything else. Hold on to it." And then 6 months later, he was dead right when we saw the bottom. And this is 2001, 2000. No, January, February 2002. The low was put in, I believe, July of 2002. And boy, that summer we got so many buy signals on the daily and weekly stocks using CI that we were all expecting is going to go up, and we did. We really did. And then we went to October of 2002. Some indices pulled back, but not CI, and the rest was history. So, all right, let's go here. So that was a little bit of work I did before I got to CI using stocks side. So I've learned now to really look for rendezvous points. Rendezvous points means that all three of these lines are at the same spot or fairly close to, like down here. See how that down here it was. And we go from one level to the other. Again, fear to greed. We're getting set up for a greed. Let's see where that's going to be. I think we're a little bit early. I had said 4,200, 4,250 maybe in the Retirement Digest last December. It was published in January as a target. One of the last issues, not the last issues, one of the near the last issues that they published was our forecast by market timers. Of course, I got a little bit of extra exposure there. Being at that time, at early December, I was rank 1, and then of course I lost it by last week. Oh well, for the year, yeah. That I forgot the gentleman who took over. I think it was Dan. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He became time of the year. I didn't make it, so that's okay. Okay, spread is 4.85. we need to take a look at VX here. Okay, looks like we're rolling. Looks like we're rolling. There we go. Okay, so this is the wrong one. Let's correct it quickly right now. Might as well show correct data. This goes. No, hold on. April. No, hold on. No, we're right. No, we're right. It's April and July. No, we're right. Yeah, but how about hold on. Yeah, we haven't taken over yet. Or maybe by tomorrow. Maybe by tomorrow we will. Okay, yeah. Because if it goes off, I don't know what the expiration date is. I gotta look at the where no. May. Oh. This is April. I'm saying April. It's on Tuesday, the last trading day. Wednesday, it gets the final value, settlement value, but I'm not sure it's this week or next week because it sure has a lot of activity here. You see that? So once that flips, we're out. Well, we do it like a Friday before. I will know. But we'll know by Wednesday because I'll do that study tonight. But for now, 4.85. What does it mean? The spread of 3 months, which is it's a long J contract, April, short N, which is July, is giving us a 4.85. Typically, when this number is past -3 or lower or less, we're near a high. If it gets to 0, we're near a low. The low is it. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the low up here. We don't need that to help us with that. But we know we don't need the spread to help us with that. We know we're near hovering around the new highs, and you could see that go to -5 easily, or maybe 5.5. Let's see what that is. Here's your 5 at 3 sigma is 5, 4.94. That's why I picked the number from 3 sigma negative. It could go to there. We'll see if it goes past that. But for now, all this is saying to us is that people are buying. People are buying a lot, and irregardless of the volatility. Okay. Treasuries, really quickly. These are fresh. These are today's data right there. The last blip. On the downside, a tad, higher from the close. I'm sorry, tiny bit higher from close. On the low end, low end. Okay. Yeah, then there's a downtick on 30-year. The mortgages, yeah. Okay. Housing is doing good. People are spending more money on their houses. There are possibility of, it reminds me of 2001, 2002, after those horrific 9/11 attacks. People are gonna hibernate, so they're spending more money on the houses. Yeah. People are not into going to big areas, and you see it in the cities. So maybe that explains the run up in housings. And of course, one more question they had is that where we are on Dodd-Frank from Chairman Powell yesterday in 60 minutes. Where we're at Dodd-Frank and what kind of a systematic risk we have bank-wise. And he assured us based on stress testing they're doing, extra stress testing they're doing, because of where we are now, they wanted to assure themselves that we cannot go back there. We cannot repeat 2008 because that would be that. Yeah, and I think I know some of the Dodd-Frank stuff was repealed by Trump, but I think we cannot afford making mistakes on bad loans like we did before. So, plus, they're giving a lot of money away, so I don't think you have that kind of a borrowing you had before. Wait until industrial production goes up. That's what I want to look for. I want to look for where we are semi to full open in certain states and see how activities are going to be. I think we're probably 60 days away from that data point. Maybe at least 30 days, maybe 60 days away. it's going to be interesting journey forward. Okay. All right. Let me. No. Let me bring overnight stuff over. Hold on. We still got to owe you a briefing on this webinar. Let me get through V3, please. That's mind-boggling right now what we're dealing with over there. So let's get through V3. Maybe next week we'll do something on that. These dots, okay? And of course, I'm adding a little bit nuance to it. This over the weekend I need to test it, so that's why I'm doing some testing today on that. Here's the 30-minute chart overnight. We're down -3 and -28. To me, these are all noise level. The fundamentals haven't changed. We may be hitting a very, very strong GDP growth because the benchmark is lower. I mean, because of last year, and you have some pent-up demand. Both of those put together, we should see a number that's, to me, maybe slightly even exaggerated. I don't think we're capable of doing 8%. It takes a lot for this economy this big to go to 8%. So, anyhow, we're in Sigma channel, +1, +2, and at 0 here. So take it easy there. I'll continue dealing with the dots, the red dots to sell, green dots to buy. The key thing is how you read this part. How do you pick where this low is going to be? And through various other tools, including volume. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing some finesse on the volume to better pinpoint these lows. Okay. Remember, you have to think about it this way because you don't know. It comes in tick at a time. You have to make a decision. It's easy to make a decision that I would buy here, but no broker will take your order. Keep that in mind. Okay. Any questions for me? Feel free to post your questions right here in the chat. There's a chat provided to you on GoToMeeting. If no questions, it's 9:12. We'll close up. Okay, there's one question from Becker, Michael Becker. 1 second, sir. This will get posted once we're done here and post-processing is done. Would Russell short be better than SPX short? Darn good question. Okay. Well, remember, Russell doesn't have the volume. So you're paying more on the spread side. That's one. Two, let's go there and take a look on the D-Trender. Yeah. If you want to trade the Russell on the short side, I suggest you trade the Qs on the short side. Okay. Because you have better fills, you have a smaller spread. Not as good as SPY, but fairly close to it. Russell is notoriously not good at the spread, the bid ask. The chart pattern, yes, Russell looks better, but Russell could change his mind and shoot up in one day. That volatility, now here's the logic. Take a look at your RVX. You're trading at 27, okay, and we're at 17. That's a question you're asking me. This is the apples with apples. So the Russell volatility versus SPX volatility. I'm saying don't go for 26, go for 23. Does that make sense? This is NDX. Yeah, a little bit more fuller, more participants, better bid ask, and you're dealing with the really big names. Russell, you have a lot of the small names too. You know, I think it takes probably like 30 names, 25 names in Russell to imitate the 2000 names. Yeah, in terms of to control it, to take over it in terms of because it's a market cap, it's a market capitalization in the base cap weighted. It's a capitalization weighted or market cap weighted index. So both are these. These two are, so is this one, all three are. So this has a lot of smaller components, and that will be that could impact the outcome of the index. Here you have maybe, I'd say 7, 8, 10 maybe out of the 100. So, but these are bigger names. So that's what I would do. Well, of course, we're limited with PMT to just to SPX. So, and then it's smaller brethren when we trade the put or call spreads using SPY. Okay. Thanks, Michael. Good questions. Any other questions for me? Dr. Scorpio. Okay. All right, Doc. Please use your real name. We appreciate that. Thank you. If that is your real name, that's so much the better. But come on, great. Okay. We will be revamping a bunch of these products. We're going to get better. We've got to get the V3 in place first. Once we get the V3 back online, I will be doing some changes. Right now, I just don't want to get involved into rolling anything out while the mainstay is a question. V3 to us is like a carrier. That's where our aircrafts take off and land. But we have a problem with that. We got to fix that. We got to fix that first. And this was not caused by us. But there's a thing that I also want to emphasize. We're in the high technology business. If you think about it, trading may not be high tech, but the tools we have are very high tech. So there's one thing is common here, and will never go away, which is the flux in the technology. The technology is not going to sit still. It's going to improve and get better. By default, we have to keep on doing that. We have to allocate resources, we have to allocate time, and we have to allocate ideas and the testing that's robust, that says, hey, we're on the right track, both what the clients would need and where the trading technologies are going. And also, it's doable and the risk is manageable. That's always will come. It'll never go away. What happened here had to do with what the National Command Authority got involved with securitization. Okay, and that's what came up with the Snowden disclosures. Unfortunately, the solutions were not immediately available, and we have number of modules. Okay, we have something like, I don't know, 1,400, something like that modules. Some of them are very small, some of them are much bigger. Some of them are just written, most of us written by us. Some of it we're borrowing from other technologies that open source, and some of those are the ones that are affected. Now, I took the plunge here and I said, okay, if we're going to be doing, and honestly, I should have brought you up to speed on that. I apologize. If we're going to be doing some of these changes now, and we have lingering issues on other parts of these modules, 3 months, 6 months from now, let's take the plunge now. Make it all workable now. It's much easier, and also change to a new way we do what's called secure sockets. That's what we were failing there. The secure sockets are failing because what we have now is compromised. Not because of us, but what was disclosed. And so the powers to be went ahead and rewrote some of those codes. And now that's impacting us. You see, that's why Opera doesn't open up. Edge doesn't open up. What do you call it? Chrome. This was really written for Chrome. Chrome is the one who did HTML5. I gave you this talk 5 years ago. We really want to be Chrome or Chrome-based browsers, including Edge, which is a Microsoft, but it's really Chrome-based inside to work. And it's been really frustrating last 6 to 8 months. But now I think the last piece of a module maybe have been resolved. This past quarter, that coming in now is just putting more manpower on it and double checking work and getting this piece done so that we move forward. And then I have some changes I want to do on the operational side of it that makes my life easier and keep less of a clicks and all that. Get those out of the way. So with that said, that's where we are. Okay, bear with us. I think this week is going to be a lot of challenging items, but I think I see the light at the end of the tunnel finally. Okay, thank you. This concludes our recording, and we'll see you on the other side.